There's a certain sound that pulls you in long before you reach the mouth of this mine. It's not the ring of a pickaxe or the cheerful chatter of miners hauling in another day's pay. No, what you hear is quieter, sharper. The crack of a bowstring in the distance, the whistle of an arrow splitting the air, and then silence. When you round the final bend and see the main entrance for the first time, the smell of iron is thick. Not from the ore, but from the blood soaking the dirt. The camp is littered with corpses. Workers lie where they fell, their tools still in their hand. The enemy isn't hiding deep within the tunnels. They're waiting for you just beyond the entrance. Bows drawn, axes ready, gold gleaming in the light. This is Colsega Mine, and it's not just the richest gold deposit in all of Skyrim. It's a place where entering means making a choice. You're either going to clear it, or it's going to clear you. Colsega Mine sits in the Reach, just east of Markarth and perched above the treacherous road to Old Roldan. The area itself already carries the danger of its hold. The rocky terrain makes for perfect ambush spots, and Forsworn patrols often roam nearby. The mine is unmistakable from the road. A weathered wooden bridge spans a narrow gorge leading up to the entrance. Even before you step foot inside, the place feels isolated, almost exposed. Its height gives you a good view of the valley, but it also makes you a perfect target for anyone lying in wait. It's not like the other mines scattered across Skyrim. Iron mines, corundum mines, even silver mines. They can be dangerous, sure, but they don't carry the reputation that Colsega does. Because everyone knows who holds this mine, the Forsworn, and they are not here to trade. In Skyrim, gold ore is surprisingly rare. For the average smith, the thought of having access to enough gold to forge dozens of rings or amulets is almost mythical. Colsega, however, contains the single largest gold deposit in the province. Over a dozen veins of pure ore tucked into the dark tunnels. That kind of wealth doesn't go unnoticed. Historically, Colsega was worked by miners from Markarth under the authority of the Silverblood family, whose grip on the Reach's resources is practically legendary. But gold, unlike silver, holds a different kind of allure. For the Forsworn, it's not just about wealth, it's about taking something from their enemies. Every ounce of gold they mine here is an ounce stolen from the Nords they despise. By the time you arrive, they've already overrun the place. The miners are dead or fled. The inside is crawling with armed Forsworn who know every corner and choke point. The gold is still here, but it's not yours quite yet. If you're sent to Colsega by Pavo, a miner who escaped the attack, you'll know what to expect. If you find it on your own, you might think it's just another job. Kill a few bandits, clear the place out. But Colsega doesn't fight fair. The first two Forsworn you encounter are perfectly positioned to catch you in crossfire, one with a bow and one with a rushing blade. The mine's narrow entrance means you have no room to dodge, and the clutter of barrels and carts makes movement very tricky. Once inside, the corridors tighten. There's no line of sight, no clean angles, just twisting pathways that force you into close combat. And the Forsworn are nothing if not aggressive. They'll push, they'll flank, and if you're unlucky, you'll be caught in a corner with a Briarheart, swinging a two-handed weapon. Many players underestimate the difficulty here, but Colsega, unlike most small mines, wants you to underestimate it. It wants you to think it's just another skirmish, and then it crushes you. The most dangerous enemy in Colsega is the Forsworn Briarheart, a warrior magically altered to replace his heart with a Haggraven's dark magic. These are not mere men. They are living weapons, faster, stronger, and far more resistant to pain than the average Forsworn fighter. In many ways, the Briarheart is the symbol of Colsega's danger. He doesn't just guard the gold, he stands as a reminder that the Forsworn are not a disorganized rabble. They are coordinated, ritualistic, and willing to twist themselves into monsters for power. The Briarheart fights like he knows the tunnels better than you ever will. He'll use the narrow corridors to his advantage, forcing you to backpedal into other enemies. He doesn't need to rush, you'll come to him eventually. Because the mine's design funnels you into his lair. And when you finally strike him down, you've won the mine, at least until the Forsworn return. Colsegger Mine is most famously tied to the quest Clear Colsegger Mine, given by Pavo. It's straightforward: kill every Forsworn inside so that the miners can return to work. But here's the thing, the quest changes the mine in a way few locations in Skyrim do. Once you've cleared it, the Forsworn don't immediately respawn. The miners move back in and start working on the gold veins, and the place feels alive again. For a while. Eventually the Forsworn do return, and when they do, it's another bloodbath, undoing everything you fought for. There's no permanent victory here, only temporary reclamation. Colsegger Mine is dangerous not because of one battle, but because it's a cycle. No matter who holds it, someone will always want it back. Colsegger's location isn't just remote, it's symbolic. Markarth is the stronghold of Nordic rule in the Reach, a city literally carved into Dwemer's stone, representing centuries of control over the land the Forsworn believe is rightfully theirs. Colsegger sits far enough from the city to be vulnerable. Every day the Forsworn hold it is a day that they defy the authority of Markarth. For the player, this means the mine isn't just a loot spot, it's a front line. You're stepping into a fight that's been going on for generations, and you're not ending it. You're just picking a side for a single battle. And Colsegger, it will still remember. Even after you clear the Forsworn, Colsegger feels uneasy. The bodies of miners lie where they fell, some still clutching pickaxes, others sprawled on the ground outside. There's no scripted funeral, no burial, their deaths are permanent, their names forgotten. The mine's tunnels are dimly lit, the walls jagged with gold that seem almost to gleam in mockery. The deeper you go, the quieter it gets, until all you hear is the echo of your own footsteps and the occasional drip of water from the ceiling. It's not just a dangerous place, it's an oppressive one. And when you walk out into the Reach's grey skies, the relief you feel is immediate. You survived. This time. Colsegger Mine is one of the best places in Skyrim to mine gold. A dedicated player can walk out with enough ore to smelt dozens of ingots, which can then be turned into jewelry for smithing experience or sold for a tidy profit. This makes it one of the most rewarding and therefore tempting locations in the game. But that temptation is part of the danger. Players often approach it early, thinking they can handle it, only to be quickly overwhelmed. The irony? Many never return after that first failed attempt, leaving the gold and the mine to the Forsworn indefinitely. Colsegger doesn't care about your ambition. It buries the greedy just as quickly as it buries the careless. Other dangerous mines exist in Skyrim. Gloombound Mine with its ore stronghold, Blind Cliff Mine infested with hagravens, and Embershard Mine often ambushing early players. But none combine high-value resources with high-risk enemies, quite like Colsegger. It's the perfect storm: valuable loot, strong opponents, a location tied to ongoing political conflict, and environmental hazards. Most mines are dangerous once. Colsegger is dangerous forever. And unlike mines tucked inside safe holds, Colsegger's isolation means that if you fall here, no guards are coming. Colsegger Mine isn't the biggest dungeon. It's not the most complex, but it stays with you. Maybe it's the image of the dead miners. Maybe it's the sheer brutality of the Forsworn. Maybe it's the realization that in Skyrim, no amount of gold can keep you safe. Whatever it is, Colsegger feels personal. The fight for it is raw and close. The reward is tangible, the cost is steep. It's a place where you don't just measure victory by loot, but by whether you walk out alive. When you leave the mine for the last time, whether it be with Miko at your side, a pack full of gold, or empty-handed and bruised, one thing is certain: you've stepped into a battle older than you. The Forsworn will return, the miners will die, the gold will remain, and the hill will keep its reputation. Because in the end, Colsegger isn't just the richest mine in Skyrim, it's also the most dangerous, and it always will be waiting for you.